Alright, budget magic time. Playing some mono black vehicles in modern. And we'll try this. I mean, we're somewhat aggressive. No real disruption. Bloodstained Mire for our opponent. And passes. We'll play a swamp, play Bloodsoak Champion, pass the turn. Start the beatdowns. Opponent cracks. Sacred Foundry. Tap. What are we up against? Mardu? Red-White Control? Jeskai? Probably not Jeskai with Bloodstained Mire. Stomping Ground for our opponent. And Eidolon. Alright, so our opponent's playing Burn. Well, let's get in with our Bloodsoak Champion. Hit our opponent down to 15. And we're just going to play Pack Rat here. We have to take 2 to do it, but I think our opponent's going to have to kill this. If our opponent doesn't kill Pack Rat, we can start discarding Bloodsoak Champions and getting them back, avoiding Eidolon damage. Aethersphere Harvester also seems super good here. Even just gaining life twice is going to be a pretty big swing. Alright, opponent found the Searing Blaze to kill our Pack Rat. Hits us down to 13. Well, play the Swamp, get in with our Bloodsoak Champion, hit our opponent to 11, and just Aethersphere Harvester. Get some energy, pass the turn. It's unfortunate that our opponent had Searing Blaze. We were hoping they'd have to spend an actual burn spell on the Pack Rat. This is definitely complicating our plans. Opponent has Goblin Guide down to 9. Goes attacking. We get a Swamp, so we're down to 7. Bloodstained Mire. Opponent cracks it down to 8. Gets a Mountain. Oh, this is going to be super close. Oh, geez. They found a Searing Blaze. We draw another Swamp. Oh, man. If we could have got things in the graveyard. We'll play the Swamp. Play Pack Rat. Drop to 2. I think we're dead. Crew Heart of Kieran. We get to hit our opponent to 3, but then they can still kill us. Man, we're going to end up 1 point of damage away. So we go up to 5, which means if our opponent has literally 0 cards in hand, then we win. Get back our Bloodsoak Champion. Pass the turn. And yeah, if our opponent has any spell, we're dead. And they do. We get to bring in, what do we want to go down? I think we just go down Pain Seers in this matchup and go up 2 Duresses, 3 Duresses, go up all the Duresses. Well, let's go 2 Duresses and 2 Victim of Nights and just run it like that. Well, our opponent had double Searing Blaze, which is probably their best card in the matchup, and they only just barely 1.0 damage beat us, so. And we didn't really draw our good stuff. We drew Aethersphere Harvester. A Night Market Lookout would have been super sweet in that matchup. Alright, we're on the play. Threat light, but we can kill things. And we get to Inquisition on turn 1. So start on Inquisition. So we can kill both creatures, but we're going to take a bunch of damage to get there. I think we just take Swift Spear. Pass the turn. Goblin Guide is 1 additional point of damage, but it gives us 2 chances of getting lands off the top of our deck, and we would love to get some lands off the top of our deck. Opponent has no real removal, although they can kill our Scrap Heap with Destructive Revelry. Alright, here comes Goblin Guide. What do we got on top? Bloodsoaked Champion. Well, let's play the Swamp, play Scrap Heap, pass the turn. Wooded Foothills for our opponent. Goes to combat, gets in with the Goblin Guide. Well, we got a Swamp off the top of our deck. Better than having that be our draw next turn. Opponent passes. Well, let's get in with Scrap Heap. Opponent takes it. Oh, they don't take it. Cracks Wooded Foothills. Are they just going to Destructive Revelry? Looks like. Down to 17. Alright, we're down to 14. Well, play the Swamp, pass the turn. We'll just dismember Goblin Guide. Pay full price so we don't take the damage. Next turn we can Bloodsoak Champion, hopefully draw another threat, and go from there. Haven't drawn any Smuggler's Copters. Opponent Lava Spikes, down to 11. 3 cards left in hand. Goes to combat, gets in. So we get a trigger. Another Scrap Heap on top. Well, full price Dismember on Goblin Guide. Opponent passes. So let's lead on Inquisition. Opponent's going to play something. Gets a mountain. Helix, so we're down to 8. Our opponent's up to 19, but they're out of action, so that's good. Play Scrap Heap, play Bloodsoaked Champion, pass the turn. So our opponent has 0 points of damage in hand, and we have a pretty fast clock. There's the Scalding Tarn. Drawing another swamp there is very much what we didn't want. Go attacking. Yeah, 5th land is very not good for us. Pass the turn. Opponent's down to 14. And passes. Well, let's go attacking. Night Market Lookout's not bad, although we haven't drawn any vehicles to go with it. Opponent drops to 9. Play Night Market Lookout. Pass the turn. Hope we're not dead. If our opponent drew 3 spells, there's a spell, and a good spell. Are they just going to spell for the win? Looks like. Well, Goblin Guide's fine. That's actually good for us. Opponent goes attacking. We get a trigger. Another Bloodsoaked Champion. Well, let's dismember Goblin Guide. Attack with everything. We go back up to 6. We're still dead to 2 spells, but our opponent's dead next turn. Opponent's to 5. We Bloodsoaked Champion. Well, this is it. Can they kill us? They need 2 burn spells. And they can't. Sweet. Well, that went pretty good, and we still haven't drawn a Smuggler's Copter, which is the best card in our deck by a million miles. But that went much better. Run it back. We definitely seem competitive with this deck. It's super close, at least. Ooh, okay. Copter. Alright, this is kind of what we're looking for. We got a Copter. We got ways to crew the Copter. We got a discard... Copter? We got a discard spell. Well, let's just swamp and lead on Inquisition. Rest in peace, Boros Charm, Lightning Helix. We don't care about Rest in Peace. I mean, it's annoying, but it's not a huge part of our strategy. Lightning Helix kills our stuff. We're going to take that, because that's a way to kill Smuggler's Copter. And we can win without our graveyard. Like, getting things back is nice, but it's not 100% necessary. So our opponent's hand is actually not very threatening now. They just don't have much damage in it. Sure, there's the Rest in Peace. We would like to get in a hit or two with this Smuggler's Copter. So play Copter, pass the turn. Another land for our opponent. They must really be valuing this Rest in Peace. Play the Swamp, play Night Market Lookout. Crew up our Copter, get the free Night Market value. Up to 21, drain our opponent. Go attacking. So we can't do the sweet discard stuff to Copter, get it back plan, but looting is still fine. Get rid of the extra Swamp. Hit our opponent to 15. Follow up with Scrap Heap. Alright, opponent Boros Charms us down to 17. Yup. Scalding Tarn. Man, Night Market Lookout's actually pretty sweet with vehicles. Opponent's passing. We draw a Dread Wanderer. Well, play Bloodsoaked Champion. Crew up our Copter. Get in a bunch of damage. Opponent's forced to Shard Volley our Copter. They have 2 cards in hand, and we're at 18. Hard to imagine Burn getting out of this. When you're to the Shard Volley your opponent's creatures point of the game. You got more removal? Another Boros Charm. Alright. Play Dread Wanderer. Play the Swamp. Pass the turn. There's a mountain. 1 card in hand. Opponent passes. We go attacking. Another Night Market Lookout. Man, this is so janky, but it's crushing our opponent. Path our Scrap Heap. We'll get a land out of our deck. Why not? Hit with everything. Drain our opponent. Hit him down to 4. Out of cards. And I think we just play the Lookout. Pass the turn. Not especially worried about a sweeper. And that should do it. We win through a removal spell. And our opponent scoops it up. Mono black vehicles riding over Naya Burn. Well, that was pretty impressive. We just barely lost game 1, and then we kind of cruised through the rest of those matches. Sweet.
Thanks for watching the video. If you're subscribed, make sure to hit that bell icon to get notifications for all the latest videos. It's a great way to support the channel for free, and you can find the next video right here.